Alright, so in the last video, I showed you all how to brew your own lactobacillus serum with using brown rice, sugar, and salt. And so today I'm going to walk you through the Bokashi process from start to finish. So we use the lactobacillus to inoculate our Bokashi. We Bokashi instead of composting so that we don't create greenhouse gases, so that we get 100% of our nutrients because it's easier, we don't have to turn it. We don't have to mess with figuring out the ratio of greens and browns, and it doesn't smell bad, so that's a big bonus, and it's just a whole lot easier, and it's going to be finished in half the time as traditional composting, so that's also a bonus. So we're going to show you how to do that. I used to just put the lactobacillus straight into a spray bottle, and I still do that when I clean the kitchen and bathroom, and I used to use that to inoculate my Bokashi bin directly, but I find that it leaks from the tap, so I don't do that anymore, though I do use the lactobacillus straight when I'm cleaning my house, floors, and all of that. So once you've brewed your lactobacillus, you can store it in the refrigerator, or you can make it shelf stable by mixing it in equal weights with either brown sugar or molasses. So I'll put lactobacillus in and weigh it, and then put the equal weight of either molasses or brown sugar, and that will preserve my lactobacillus so that it's shelf stable, and then I use that to inoculate my Bokashi. So what we need is we need an airtight bucket. It doesn't have to be this big. You can go smaller. You can even use a little Tupperware. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some mini pine flakes in. These are really fine. They're small. They're different than the pine shavings that I used in the chicken coop. You can use whatever you want. Sometimes people use wheat bran, but that's kind of an expensive way to go when a big bin like this will run you $6. So we're going to put in a few inches of the mini flakes into the bottom of the bucket, and that's going to soak up any liquid. Most Bokashi videos, you'll see that they stress the importance of draining off liquid every day, but that's a big hassle, and I don't want to do that, so I use this material to absorb the juices instead. So now I have a few inches of pine shavings in the bottom, and I'm ready to start filling up my bin. So I want to keep this anaerobic, so with the airtight lid, I want to only empty my compost once a day, so I'm not opening the bucket every time I need to throw a piece of vegetables in. So here we go. In goes my waste, my food scraps, and the great other thing about Bokashi is that I can put all of my food scraps in here, so that includes meat and bones, fish, cheese, things that you would normally not put in traditional compost. You can put that in here, but you do need to add extra lactobacillus if you're going to do that, and you want to also have a good amount of vegetables mixed in with that. So now I have my food scraps in the bucket. I'm going to take my dirty compost pail, and I'm going to add a few scoops of the mini flakes to my bucket, and I'm going to use that to clean out my compost bucket. I'm also going to add the lactobacillus into these flakes. So I'm just going to use my shelf-stable lactobacillus, but if I had a fresh batch that was all ready to go, I could just directly put lactobacillus in here right now. But this batch is not ready yet, so I'm going to use my shelf-stable lacto and just pour some of that goodness in here. And then I give it a little shake. Get it spread around in those little wood chips. And then I'm just going to dump that right on top. also nice to add a little flake at the bottom, because usually the first thing that goes into my food scrap bin is coffee grounds, and it helps get all the mess at the bottom of my kale. And then I use my compost kale to squish it all down. You want to squish all the air out because you want this bin to be as anaerobic as possible. So we're just going to press it all down, nice and compact. And then I'm going to rinse this bucket out, be ready to start collecting my food scraps. And this one gets sealed on tight. And the Gamma Seal lids work really great for that. So you're not trying to peel off a lid that's hard to get on and off. And then there we go. Once this bin is full, I'm going to seal it and let it sit unfrozen for 2 weeks. It stays inside in the winter. So I have my bins inside all winter long, which is kind of nice. So I don't take the compost out, I take the compost in. It just ferments for 2 weeks in my house before I take it outside to the garden. So you do need 2 buckets, because once this is full, then we start working on the second bucket. So these are Bokashi flakes that I made in January, and you can go the extra mile and make flakes if you want. These haven't been dried yet, but I find this system works just as well. There are other videos on that. Maybe I'll post how to make fermented flakes. That's a whole nother process. But you don't need to do that. We can just keep it simple and do this. Now I'll take you to the garden and show you how to finish it once it's fermented for 2 weeks. Okay, so this bucket finished fermenting. I closed the lid on April 13th, so it's ready to go into the garden. And here it is. The food doesn't look that much different than it did when I put it in there, and that's just fine. Lots of coffee in my house. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna empty the bucket into my dirt maker. I made these with cedar, and I used stainless steel screws to screw these stacking rings together. It's easier for me to manage since this makes it really simple to put together and undo. So that's how that works. And so here we go. We're going to empty the bucket. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Measuring cup. Has a pickly smell to it, but since it's in a sealed bucket, when it's in my house fermenting, I don't have to smell that because it's a closed system. But when I dump it out, there is a mild pickled smell to it. You don't want it to smell bad. If you see white mold, that's a good thing. White is good, but green or black or blue, that's all pretty bad stuff. So if you do see foul colors in your mix, what you're going to want to do is just pour some extra lactobacillus onto that. So I'm just going to spread some of that out, and I'm going to sprinkle in a little dirt that I borrowed from a different spot in my garden. So we're just going to give it a little sprinkle of dirt. And more Bokashi. You can see the orange peels in here. Coffee grounds. Bokashi. A little bit more dirt. And here we have the bottom flakes that soaked up all the juices in the bottom of the pail. Dump that right on in there. I want all that good bacteria, so put some little dirt in there. Clean out my bucket. And now this bucket's ready to get back to work and start filling it up with the next load. And we're just going to top this off with a cap of soil. Now the bacteria can feed the mycorrhizae in the soil and get to work making good stuff for the garden. Great thing about this is bears don't like it, critters don't like it, they don't like the pickle. So unlike traditional compost where you can attract bears and raccoons and stuff, I don't really fancy the pickled bokashi, so it's a great way to keep your household garbage from getting burgled by bears. And there we go, we have a nice cap of dirt on that. We're going to let that decompose. I'm going to add a ring. I'm going to cover it with the lid. Ideally, you want these to be in the shade where they're not getting blasted by hot sun. Here we go with a nice lid. There we go. So let's take a look at what we have in this bin. You can see the mycorrhizae, all this white fungi. This is the good stuff. I finished this bin a few weeks ago. You can just poke in and see it in process. You can still kind of recognize some of the food in there doing its thing. Just cover that back up. Now if any of this turned green, if I came out here and checked on my bins and noticed green stuff going on, I would just bring some of my lactobacillus out and pour lacto over the colors that are not what we're going for. So this one's in process. Okay, so we saw what bokashi looks like after just a few weeks. Let's take a look at what bokashi looks like after it's been sitting a little bit longer than that. Okay, here we are at this bin. We actually ate this food in the winter, and I took this out frozen. So it was inside the house for 2 weeks, and then I dumped it out here and it froze. But then spring came around and it warmed up and totally decomposed, and it's totally ready to go into the garden. All I have to do is lift my rings and spread it around. Or you could plant directly into this, but you definitely want to let your bokashi be in the soil for at least 2 weeks before you plant in it, because when it's fresh, it's really acidic. So we want it to mellow, and the soil will help it do that. This one's ready to go, and then this one, it's been going a little bit longer than that one. Again, these were food scraps that we put in here in the winter, and they froze after they fermented for 2 weeks. And you can see how awesome this is is super sweet, really nice stuff. And I'm going to use that to grow more vegetables, just like that. So I'm going to just take the rings off and spread it around my garden.